Ben asked the interesting, trenchant question of why is it worse when adult women are killed rather than adult men? I have one answer, and then we'll go to an offshoot of that question, which is the same reason that same reason that the U.S. says anybody that we kill with a drone strike that is an adult male, we assume to be a militant, is the same, because you think, well, if they're men, who knows? Maybe they had it coming.
Right.
Maybe they were the enemy.
Maybe they were combatants.
Right.
I get it when there's a clear distinction to be made. But I mean, if people in the town where this happened, and some of this is to be made light of, so I don't want to use the real example because it's. But if in a town where people are killed and they're just going about their business, if it's a shopkeeper, then what difference does it make? Why is it sort of including women and children? Mm-hmm. And I get the children.
Yeah, of course, everybody gets the children.
I get the children.
Right.
I think it has to do with the fact that women and children are always seen as defenseless. Right? So women and children can't defend themselves, so you have to be so cold-blooded to target them and murder them when you know that you're stronger than them and you're more powerful than them.
Right.
That's the assumption.
I think that's exactly it. I mean, look, at this point that might be a stereotype. There's women in U.S. military, Israeli military. We're way past that in a lot of instances. But, for the overwhelming majority of history, men were exclusively the combatants, and women did not have weapons. So when you came into a town and you killed the women and children, you killed the defenseless. I think that's exactly it. You're right, of course, Ben. In the town that the Syrians bombed, they were all defenseless.
Nobody's combatants.
Yeah,
they're just having lunch.
Yeah.
Okay, Titanic.
Yeah, I immediately thought of Titanic when you asked that question.
Right, sure. But any ship, the theory of women and children first, they get saved first. Mm-hmm. Why? What's up with that?
Well, I mean, I feel like adults would have a better chance at somehow finding a way to survive as opposed to kids, right?
No, children, they live. They live. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it no, that's not true. I would do it on two factors. If we're in some sort of insane scenario where a lot of people are going to die and you got to make choices. Age, older you are, the sadder day it is for you. I got to let you go, right? And survivability. So if they're
like the fact that I think I look a little younger than I am is going to play well in a Cenk Uygur orchestrated disaster rescue.
That's right. Okay.
I'm 45, but I think I can play 38.
So Anna, you'd be in great shape, because you're 25 and you have good survivability. You're young, etc.
And she's a helpless girl.
I'm a weak woman.
Right.
Yeah, but that actually works against you in the survivability measure.
It
right?
does. It does.
So I would be torn between you, Jesus, and Jayar. Those guys have a better shot at surviving, right? And they're also pretty young. Mm-hmm. So me, in that lot, I gotta go. I'm older than you guys. I have less life to live.
But they have a better chance surviving without your help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, I am more defenseless and I'm weaker, and therefore I need the help of a man in order to survive.
Yeah.
Isn't that the argument?
Yeah, it's a pretty flawed argument. That why is she less likely to survive? And where's this environment that she's less likely to survive?
I mean,
are we saving her? We're saving her into the wilderness? And, I mean, whatever. Or are we just saving her and then she goes and gets a cab home?
Yeah.
Well, women are also dumber than men, so men cannot just.
That's true.
Just messing around.
No, but you see, now we're getting into a whole weird game where you decide that a 28-year-old is just by the nature of his 28 more should live instead of a 41-year-old. What if the 41-year-old's a single father? He's got a 6-year-old kid.
Well, that would be relevant. It would. I mean, and so that's grossly unfair to the single people without kids. But the reality is the parents do have to take care of their kids.
They go down
at home.
So you let me die because I don't have kids.
Maybe.
You're weak, you're a girl, and you're childless. You die. You go down with the ship. Sorry,
Wow.
It's the way it goes. That's stuff. Okay, so we've established one thing. We kill Anna.
Yeah, that's the sense I get from this conversation.
That's definitely what we know.
So then the only thing that's remaining is if we've killed Anna, who do we marry and who do we fuck?
I just think the whole idea of women and children first is a little archaic. Because I read about it when that Italian ship, went a thing, and that was sort of, they were thinking of that, and I'm like, well, why? I mean, what about single fathers? And why? I mean, why do you just by the nature of your girl?
But maybe I'm archaic too. But my nature being what it is, I view myself as a soldier, so I'm going to go down. right?
I got it.
And is this
Right.
something that's
I
societal?
would-
Like, is it something that we learned because of societal expectations?
Sure.
Or I think that it might be biological, right? Like, if you
Oh,
look
for the
back at-
children, it's
Yeah.
definitely biological. You got to pass on the genes.
I think it's biological too. I think it's in nature that the man is supposed to protect his family, and part of protecting your family would be saving them. That's what you do. That's what I do. I think. You know, we don't. Of course, we don't know. Maybe both of us would be like, you know.
would be
we'd be
hilarious.
doing a little Billy Zane in Titanic. You know.
I'm not
but-
sure if I missed the point of this, but maybe this is, no, I'm talking about
let me
this,
jump in. There was no point.
this particular point that Anna might be the most valuable because she's younger and can still have more kids. I thought that was the thing. Like women and children are here, and then women.
Excellent point.
Women can have kids. You can always. You need to repopulate your society.
We're not saving society here. We're not going into the bunker and staying there 40 years. This
Yeah.
is just getting out of the building.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But Anna, if we do save you, bring your kids to our grave and say, I hope my life was worth it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank us. For the love of God, you ungrateful bitch.
Okay, this was an awesomely random conversation.
Yes, absolutely.